What up, everybody? A few months ago, Big Meech got out of prison after about 20 years, and a lot of us thought that this meant that the BMF series would go to the next level and that we might even get a guest cameo from Big Meech on the show. But like the saying goes, it was all good just a week ago, until Big Meech posed for a picture with one of 50 Cent's biggest ops, Rick Ross. 50 Cent feeling like he was betrayed by Big Meech, posing with his op after developing the BMF series, paying for Little Meech to go to acting school, and giving him the lead role on the series. And one thing that Kanan Stark and 50 Cent have in common is that they don't tolerate disloyalty. So a couple days ago, 50 Cent responded to the picture of Big Meech and Rick Ross, saying that if BMF Season 4 ratings weren't good, the show would get canceled. And a lot of people in the comments were saying that the show's done either way, that the BMF series is a wrap. And 50 Cent just didn't stop with the threat to cancel the BMF series. He took it a step further, threatening to expose Big Meech for allegedly working with the police, making a post saying, "Who is Tammy Cohen's?" and also saying that a documentary is coming soon, and the facts are stranger than the fiction. The post saying that the BMF series will get canceled if the ratings aren't good also shared a clip from the movie Goodfellas when they tell the kid to never rat on your friends. Because people in the comments were saying that Big Meech allegedly used Tammy Cohen's, a CI who somehow owns the right to his life story, to set up another drug kingpin named Cuffy who got a life sentence as a result. Either though I personally question if Meech actually cooperated, considering him and his brother both did about 2 decades in the pen. But this isn't even the only tension that's been going on between the two sides. A little while back, Terry Flannery, co-founder of BMF, posed for a picture with the sons of Supreme McGriff. And if Big Meech posing with Rick Ross was a betrayal and a smack in the face of 50 Cent, Terry posing with Supreme's son could be looked at as the ultimate sign of disrespect, because Supreme was allegedly who was behind 50 Cent getting shot 9 times back in the day before he blew up on the rap scene with Get Rich or Die Trying. And the thing with Supreme and 50, that ain't just no rap beef, that's real beef that 50 Cent got shot 9 times as a result of. When that happened, I don't remember 50 threatening to cancel the BMF series because his relationship with Big Meech and Lil Meech was still really good at that time. But he did say that he made Terry look really good casting Da Vinci to portray him, and at that point he threatened to make his character look stupid. But in defense of the Flannery brothers, they've been locked up for almost 2 decades, and they might not be privy to all 50 Cent's beefs. And they might have also had a relationship with these other guys prior to 50 Cent, because Rick Ross did make the BMF song back in the day saying he feels like Big Meech. And being in the streets for all those years, like the Flannery brothers were, Terry might have also had a relationship with Supreme's son, predating his relationship with 50 Cent. As far as the BMF series getting canceled, personally I hope this doesn't happen because there's still a lot more of the story to tell. The current BMF timeline is around 93 or 94, right after Atlanta won the bid for the 96 Olympics. And Big Meech and Terry didn't get arrested until 2005. So there's still about another 10 years left in the BMF story, and we know that all won't be completed in Season 4, because at this point in the storyline, Meech still hasn't went to LA, and the Flannery brothers still aren't the biggest drug dealers in the nation. Either though I think we're right around the point in the storyline where we'll see Big Meech head into LA to find a new plug in Season 4, because Season 3 concluded with their last plug getting locked up, and Meech and Terry desperately trying to break him out of a Mexican prison. And because the BMF series and Raising Kanan's timelines are very close, there's been speculation that the two shows could cross over one day because they're both on Stars and they're both 50 Cent produced shows. But it's been said that the two shows are not in the same universe. So we'll just have to wait and see if there is ever a crossover between the two shows, but I don't think there will be. But at the same time, I think we could see BMF spinoffs taking place, especially if the original series gets canceled. Because 50 Cent's already teased on social media Lamar getting his own spinoff. And either though there's never been an official announcement concerning this spinoff or anything else said about it, Like I said about other spin-off shows in past videos, delay does not always mean delight. I was recently watching the latest episode of the Your Boyfriend Can't Cook podcast with Chris Lofton, and his guest was Gianni Paulo, who plays Braden. Gianni mentioned that during Power Season 6, 50 Cent told him and Michael Rainey Jr. that they were next. But the whole season finished airing, and he had heard nothing about being in a spinoff, and almost completely broke, thinking that 50 Cent lied to him. He got a message on IG from Courtney Kemp saying they needed his contact information because he's going to be starring in the new spinoff with Michael. So just because we haven't heard anything about this potential series since 50 Cent made that post doesn't mean that it isn't going to happen. Lamar was last seen at the end of BMF Season 2 as a basehead wandering the streets of Detroit. So a spinoff around Lamar could show him getting off the crack and trying to rebuild his drug empire in Detroit now that Meech is out the picture. The Lamar series would likely be fictional and not based off the real person Layden Simon, but still show events that happened in those times like a real story. But if they did work with the real Layden Simon and use parts of his story for the Lamar character spinoff, Layden has said in interviews that he left Detroit and set up shop in Memphis, so we could potentially see the Lamar spinoff based out of Memphis, Tennessee. It was said that Lamar used to sell heroin and rob dealers, causing chaos throughout the entire D before getting locked up and sent to the mental institution for a couple years before he was introduced on the BMF timeline. With Lamar getting off the crack and getting back to doing gangster shit like that, and because Lamar was a fan favorite, I think this could be a really good series. Another 50 Cent produced show that we know is in the works, and the show that I feel like could and should be in the BMF universe because they're both based on true stories and out of Detroit, and that is the Eminem 8 Mile series. It's been a little bit over a year now since 50 Cent first announced on the Big Boy podcast that there was an Eminem 8 Mile series in the works, and that Eminem was involved with the development of the series. This is said to be some form of prequel to the 8 Mile movie, basically showing the life of Eminem before Dr. Dre signed him. And because, like I said, the BMF series is currently in the early 90s, and I don't think Eminem got signed to around 1998. These shows could definitely be on the same timeline and in the same universe, as well as the potential Lamar spinoff, whether it's based out of Detroit or Memphis. And I think the Eminem series could potentially even be bigger than the Power universe if done right, because the fact that Eminem has one of the largest fan bases out of any artist in the world. Because with that alone, the show will do numbers, and with 50 Cent producing it, I think it'll probably be even better than the movie, and I did think that the movie was solid. I don't know too much about Eminem's backstory, other than he grew up doing a lot of battle raps, so I'm sure that'll be a major element of the show, and he grew up with the group he later put on called D12, so we would likely see a lot of the artists from that group's backstory in the 8 Mile series as well. He also said his mom and his baby mama were wild, so that'll be another aspect of the series. And there you have it. Do you think that the BMF series is over with? And what do you think about the Lamar and the 8 Mile series? Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.